You guys remember last class we talked about how to analyze profitability of a project, right? And to analyze the profitability, you have to calculate a bunch of information, including fixed costs, operating costs, and then you have to figure out depreciation. You need to know revenue, and of course we use all that information to calculate yearly cash flows. And after we have yearly cash flows, we calculate NPV and DCF ROI, right? And in some cases, we can also calculate payback period. So by now, you all should be all set to either calculate fixed cost and YOC on your own, like you're doing in quiz, and then use that information. Like I could easily, you're already doing quiz 2, right? I could easily convert quiz 2 or quiz 3. But in quiz 3, you have to calculate the DCF ROI for the plant that you are building, right? What's the only new information that you will need? Revenue, very good. And it's relatively easy to figure out the price of any chemical right now. You do a Google search, so from there you can figure out the revenue, and then you can calculate DCF ROI for the plant, right? So anyway, but if, or alternatively, what I can do is I can give you some estimated numbers for capital costs and operating costs, and then of course you can do the rest on your own, and you can calculate NPV and DCF ROI. So everybody with me so far? All right. So yeah, we actually have made a lot of progress in this class. We had a point where anybody, if they come to you and say, well, we are thinking of making this particular plant, is it a good decision or a bad decision? You have all the information you need to be able to tell them whether it's a good decision or not. Okay. Now today, let's do a slightly different version of that problem. So let's say that a company comes to you and they don't ask you if this is a good decision or a bad decision. They give you 3 different options. They tell you I have project A, project B, or project C, and tell me which of these projects, if any, I should do. Okay. So that's the question we're going to answer today. Because that's frequently the case, right? A company might be looking at investing money, and they might be looking at multiple options. So just for simplicity, let's say there are project A and project A, B, and C. And let's say that FCIL for this, so land, let's say just land is 0. Just for simplicity. Oh, sorry, FCIL is, let's say, 100, 150, and 200, okay? And also, let's say, yearly cost of manufacturing, the COM. And actually, you know what? I'm just going to give you cash flow directly. Sorry? COM is cost of manufacturing without depreciation, but I'm going to give you directly the cash flows. So we don't even have to worry about depreciation. So let's say the cash flow, annual cash flow, is, let's say for this it is 30, 60, and 85. Okay? And let's say the project life is 10 years in each case. Okay? And the decision you have to make is which of these projects is worth investing in. And the assumption we are going to make is that you can only invest in one project. And you can't say, well, I'm going to do 2 project A's, or project A plus B, or you have to just choose A, B, or C. Okay? And you cannot duplicate a project because there's only one of you. You are required to run the project, right? All right, so in some sense, you guys already know how to solve this problem. So do you have any suggestions? How do we go about it? Yeah?
You should just calculate your cash flow and then calculate your ROI.
Okay, so let's say you calculate rate of return on investment for all 3. Then what do we do? Yeah?
So you find the interest rate that matches, that makes your NPV equal 0.
Right, so that's how you calculate it. And let's actually we can actually quickly calculate this. So let's just calculate NPV and DCF ROI. So NPV for project A is going to be minus 100, right, times 1 plus 1.1 to power 10, right? And then plus 30, 1.1 to the power 10 minus 1 divided by 0.1. Right? So let's do this. Can you guys give me this number?
Doesn't that assume a 10% interest rate?
Yeah, so NPV we always do at 10% rate. DCF ROR will set it equal to 0 and calculate I. But for NPV, chemical industry, the benchmark is 10%, so we'll calculate NPV at 10%.
Is the 10% the 0.1, I guess?
Yeah, but
What's the 1.1?
1 plus I.
Okay.
Okay, so what is that number?
218.
Okay, 218. So I'm going to write actually here the results. So let's say, I should have left space there, but it's fine. So NPV 218. Okay, now can you just change these numbers? This to 150, this to 60. Minus 67. Okay, and C. Okay, all right. So now let's calculate DCF ROR. So actually, so let's start with, so for DCF ROR, we're going to make this to be 0. Right, and let's do CA first. So minus 100, 1 plus I to the power 10, plus 30, 1 plus I to the power 10, minus 1 over I. This equals to 0. Now right now, if anybody has a calculator where they could just plug this function in, it would be useful. Does anybody have a calculator they can just calculate I, or?
Which I is that? Or is that?
That's going to be the, what is that? The I that we get from that equation, what will that be? Sorry? That will be DCF ROI, right? Yeah. So you set NPV equals to 0 and just calculate I, and that's what is DCF ROI. Is anybody calculating it, or should I do it by? Sorry? Okay, somebody's doing it. Okay, good. What?
I got 0.7, but
You got what?
I guess the last name.
I think I put it in on the
Yeah? Discounted cash flow rate of return. And sometimes you might also see an ROI here. So rate of return on investment. So DCF ROI is discounted cash flow rate of return on investment.
Yeah, 0.273.
So 27%?
Yeah.
So 27.3%, okay. Okay, let's do B. Well, once you already have the equation, it's just changing numbers, no? Okay, and C. Sorry?
41.1%.
Okay, 41%. So in this case, in some sense, it's actually quite obvious which one you will choose, right? You will choose project C because, of course, it was the highest NPV and highest DC ROI. But I'm going to make a little change now because I'm trying to prove a point. I'm trying to explain a point to you here. So I'm going to reduce this number to 72. Okay, and now can you give me the new NPV and DCF ROI? So instead of 85, you change it to 72.
34.1% for
Okay, 34.1% and NPV. Sorry?
628.
Okay, so now the problem gets a little bit more interesting. So now, of course, now the question is, which one will you pick? So clearly, you'll obviously not pick A, right? That's pretty obvious. Yeah?
Can I ask you real fast, how did you